Welcome to your step-by-step guide on how to do a Brazilian wax from home. For so many of you, you may not feel comfortable walking through your salon door, and this may be the perfect video for you to be able to wax safely from home and still achieve your Brazilian wax. Hi guys, my name's Becky and I am a licensed esthetician. I am somebody who's here to help you with your waxing journey. Everyone, no matter what shape or size, should feel 100% comfortable and happy with being able to get a wax down there. No one should feel ashamed of any type of hair growth that they have or any shape or size that they are. It is achievable for all. So we're going to use our imagination when it comes to Brazilian waxing. It's always difficult to wax yourself from home, but here's some step-by-step guides that's going to make it a lot easier. We're going to have our legs open, as you can see here. This line here is your thighs. This is where you're going to be in this position, and then you're going to have all your pubic area here on show. Don't worry about how much pubic hair you've got. We're all different, but it's all normal. That is the main thing that I want to stress. If you've got pubic hair coming down your legs, we'll remove these in later stages. I'm going to show the steps of how to just remove the centre bit first. Before you start waxing any of the area, you want to make sure you get your pre-wax spray out first. Have a cotton pad ready or some cotton wool balls. You want to spray your spray onto there and cleanse the area. So all wherever the pubic hair is, make sure the area is cleansed first. If you find it helpful, use a talc-free powder onto the area, make sure you rub it into the surface, and then you can then apply your wax over the top. Once the skin is prepped and ready, you want to get your hot wax onto your spatula. Use your thumb and finger to twizzle the wax, being careful that it doesn't drop around onto the materials around you. Once you're ready, you want to put your wax onto the body, going from the edges downwards against the hair growth ready to pull up. We go on one side here and then reapply onto the other side. You can mirror image your wax, as this is helpful. While one side is drying, the other side can be applied. You follow from wherever the first pubic hair starts all the way down to wherever the last pubic hair is growing. You want to go beyond that to be able to get your handle to pull up and go against the hair growth. When you're ready to pull your first two strips off, do not pull the whole length of the strip off in one go. Not only will it hurt, but it will also put you at more risk of snapping hair instead of pulling it out from the root. You want to do it in stages. As tempting as it is to do small patches when you're removing your pubic hair, it can actually in the long run feel more tedious, which actually makes it feel more painful. So applying your strips in a longer pull from up the top to the bottom, we're going to go against the hair growth and do short parallel pulls along the body to remove all of the hair against. Place your hand over the skin where you've just waxed and put pressure. This will stop any stinging sensation on the skin and will help to soothe it straight after you have pulled your strip off. You will then go to your second strip and then do exactly the same, repeating it along parallel to the body until you have removed both sides of the bikini line.
The next step is then to apply the wax onto the lip, your outer labia. You want to apply just one side at a time because you do not want to get the wax stuck to either side and make it painful where the wax gets matted into the hair. You're just going from the top of the pubic mound and down to wherever the last hair is, beyond where the labia is finished. Once it's cold, we want to pull this off in a quick pull. We don't want to hesitate here, as the labia is a lot more sensitive and the skin is a lot more thinner. So we want to make sure that we stretch really well, whether that means that we stretch from the top as well as stretching from the bottom. There is certain positions that will help you with this by sitting down and making sure the skin has pulled tight from underneath the labia and your hand is placed at the top, stretching from the top. Once you know that you've got enough grip and the skin is stretched well, you want to get your handle and do a nice quick parallel pull across the labia and put the hand placement there just for any stinging sensation afterwards.
Once you've removed one side, you want to apply exactly the same, repeating the steps onto the other side by applying your wax from the top of the pubic mound down the lip on the outer labia, wherever the last hair is. Make sure you lay your wax on this area a little bit thicker than you would anywhere else to make sure you've got nice support when it goes to grip the pubic hair. Once you're ready, again, like you did on the first side, you want to get your handle
Make sure you're nice and stretched from the top and underneath, and a quick parallel pull against the hair growth. Repeating what you did on the first part of the labia, you're going to go back to stretching the skin from the top and underneath. You want to get your handle and then a quick parallel pull against the hair growth to remove the pubic hair. When you go to apply your next further steps, you want to come in at an angle slightly because your pubic hair will grow slightly diagonal towards the inner part. Now you've got somewhere to leave your handle where you've removed the hair on the labia. You can repeat that step by reapplying again while mirror imaging. So as this piece here starts to set, you can add on the other side and place the wax in a diagonal here too. Making sure that you leave your wax handle strip onto the labia.
When you're ready to pull your strips, you want to make sure you stretch the skin and give it support. You want to get your handle, and you can do this in about roughly 2 to 3 pulls, just to make sure that you've got enough grip to not snap any of the hairs. Repeating the same on the other side. You want to get your handle again, make sure you stretch. You may find it helpful to put your hand across the labia to keep the skin nice and tight here, and then pull 2 to 3 pulls again against the hair growth. Now, if you do prefer having a little bit of hair left on the pubic mound and want to create a landing strip, this is your time to start applying your wax down and creating a straighter line along either side. It's still good to mirror image, because by mirror imaging your strips, you can see how much of a landing strip you're leaving for width. So by doing that, we can now see how much hair is in the center. You don't need to come all the way down, you just need to layer the wax nice and firm downwards, putting them hairs in the downward direction, leaving the handles on the top part of where the hair is removed. So once your strips are set again, you want to get your handle, making sure you stretch that skin again, and you can do a handle and quick pull like you would on the labia at the bottom, and pull either side until you have got your landing strip on the top of the pubic mound. On the pubic mound, if you're ready to remove all of the hair because you want to have all of the hair gone, then this is your time to break down it into smaller strips if need be. If you have only minimal hair there, then feel free to just layer the hot wax over the remaining hair and then place your actual handle again back onto the labia, not in the centerpiece. You do not want to start picking where the opening is. This will be painful, and it's also where the thickest part of the hair grows, so you do not want to make any discomfort in that area. So bring your handle down to either side. It doesn't matter if it's the right or the left of the labia. You can break this down into as many sections as you need to. If it means 4 more strips need to go on, then do it in 4 separate strips until you feel happy and comfortable that the hair's all removed. Once you're ready to remove your strips, you want to get your handle, make sure the skin is stretched again, and a nice quick pull up. Repeat this as many times as you need to. Bear in mind, the front area here on the pubic mound can always have the most stubborn hair. You may need to do clean-up strips where you go back over and repeat over the same spot, or you may need to tweeze any of the little finer hairs that don't want to come out that are stubborn. Once you're happy that all the hair is removed on the Brazilian wax, you can use your after wax oil spray over the area of the skin and rub it in to the area. If you're new to waxing, you may find where the hair was a little bit more coarser, that it may be better to add an antiseptic cream with the oil so it creates an antiseptic paste into the open pores. Just a normal diaper cream that's safe to use on that area is fine to mix in with it, and this will soothe the open pores and give you the most amazing results. Are you wondering what position you need to get yourself into to do your own Brazilian wax? Yeah, I know, it's the trickiest thing to do. If you stick around, I'm going to show you some really helpful tips on how to get in that position and get them pubic hairs off. So for starters, you want to make sure you've got yourself a towel or something that's old that you don't mind getting any wax onto. Sit comfortably, whether that's on a stool, whether that's on a couch that you have that's ready for you, or even just the floor. It doesn't matter, as long as you're sitting on a flat surface. Get yourself into a position where you can stretch from underneath. Remember, at the first we're getting the edges, so just by stretching the skin and getting yourself into this position, or one leg at a time if you're doing one step at a side and not want to mirror image, then this might be the best thing to do, is put one leg down. Stretch the skin, apply to as far a point as you can, get your handle and pull up parallel against. If you can get in the position where you've got both feet like this, then you want to apply at the same time. Let them set and do one handle at a time. Don't try and pull both sides at the same time. Once we move to the labia bit, you may find it easy to sit on the edge. So you want to squeeze the skin round from the back, place it onto the edge so it stretches, and pull from up here at the top so the skin is fully stretched. You may find it also helpful to place one leg up. If you can't sit on the edge and see, then just pop one leg here and then you'll be able to stretch from here and get the handle from underneath. It's really helpful to sometimes have a mirror placed underneath you so you can actually see the reflection from up top. Once you've got the handle, you can then stretch or stretch from around the back while you get your handle and then pull from up the front. You may also find it helpful to sit in a chair or lean back in a chair so that you can see in an angle downwards and be able to pull from underneath and up. Remember to place a mirror here if you find that anything like your stomach or anything is in the way for you to see the view of where you're waxing. It's helpful as a reflection to know that you're stretching where you need to get the handle and pull upwards against the hair growth. Remember to just get in whatever position that makes you feel the most comfortable, as long as you can see physically what you're doing and you're stretching the skin and making sure that you go at your pace. The most key important thing is to make sure that you do what makes you feel most comfortable and feel best in that position. There's no right or wrong no matter what shape or size you are, but remember to use that mirror if that helps you as a guide, and good luck with your home waxing.